Now, I want to try and illustrate why this is so important, all right, to be able to see this in our whole life. To do it, I want to take you to a really nice house. And I want you to think about this. As you look at this house, guys, I think we can all agree, yeah, that's a nice house, all right, that's pretty slick. What's interesting about it is, and I think you've probably seen this in your own home, but it's fascinating what can happen if just one thing doesn't take place in any house, and that's if you don't take out the trash. You ever notice what happens thereafter? It doesn't take very long till all of a sudden, no matter how great your house is, think about your own, you're looking around and just like, this is horrible. It stinks, it reeks. Doesn't matter how pretty the house is, it absolutely ruins it. So let's talk about trash for a minute. Guys, I want you to think about this a little bit. One of the things, and I think you probably heard this before, have you ever heard about someone being called a pack rat? You know what that is. The idea is that they just kind of keep everything, and they don't, hoarder or terms like that are used many times. But the idea behind that, a pack rat, is this. The difficulty that they're having is being able to distinguish what's a treasure and what's trash, right? You have to understand that spiritually we run into the same thing. To be able to do this, we need the discernment to know what is something to hang on to, treasure, and what is something that we need to throw away. And notice in our text, God, without apology, says that we're to turn away from our wicked ways. God defines very clearly all through the Bible what wickedness is. He tells us, here's the stuff to avoid that will ruin. No matter how beautiful your house is, it will reek, it will ruin your house. Now, I really think this is true, and this is kind of the kicker. If you went to virtually anybody, and they were honest, I mean, they weren't messing with you, but they were honest, and you said to them, okay, would you rather go to heaven or hell? Would you rather go to eternal bliss or eternal torment? They're going to say heaven. I mean, anybody being honest would actually say that. But if you then turned around and said, okay, what that means then is you'll need to get right with God and live right for God through Jesus Christ and obey Jesus with your life, they'd be like, oh, well, wait a minute, I'm going to have to think about it then. Why? Well, guys, because they're not sure whether or not they're willing to get rid of the stuff that God calls trash, that is going to stink up their beautiful life that God intended for them to have. It's the reality that we run into. And so when he says turn from your wicked ways, there's that caveat of understanding that sometimes we kind of want to hang on to the wrong thing. Now,